This league is full of theatrics and thespians.
Now the decision is made. I'm fucking somebody up.
You suck compared to me.
Several of you are worthy of Oscar-level performances.
Oh, is that a headbutt?
Yeah, he flat out headbutted me. I mean,
He walked over to me pre-game and was like, let's just play. Let's not get teed up today.
Man, hell nah. Don't you ever shoot no shit like that again. Ever.
You should all be embarrassed. All of you. Embarrassed.
And Duncan Robinson, he just got hit with a technical.
But you bumped me.
I did not bump you, buddy.
If it was somebody else other than the person that it was, would you have been more inclined to let it go?
Hell no. But that has something to do with it.
It
brings
me to an all-time UD moment, which obviously I wasn't around for, but I was watching and I've heard about since. But basically, you being the enforcer.
That's deep dislike.
Can you just talk a little bit about the Hansbrough play that everybody's kind of coming to know?
So just so you know, everybody wants to bring up the Hansbrough play, but nobody know they hit me in the eye the game before. Nobody bring that part.
I remember you saying that to me before.
They always want to talk about me. They didn't know I got 8 stitches the game before. Took mine like a man. That's fine. I could take it. Now the very next game, we're home. D-Wade takes one. He's cut. He takes a hard one. That's my guy. I'm gonna protect him, but I don't know. At this point, it's the game going on. Now I see the two guys give each other 5. It was Hansbrough and a Munson. Oh, good job. They 5, kind of like congratulating them. Now the decision is made. I'm fucking somebody up. Now the decision's made. We call a timeout. Spo comes. I say, Spo, stay out of this. This shit gonna happen. Leave it alone. And he just fucking walked away. He knew I was gonna fuck that man.
Didn't try to fight him.
No, I mean, because what are you gonna say? You gonna take me out and don't play me no more?
Yeah.
Fucking. And then the very next play, I had no idea of when it would happen. I just know in a basketball game I've been around long enough, you'll have a time to get a motherfucker back if you want to.
Yeah.
Oh, but
I didn't know it was gonna happen the very next play.
Perfect though.
Yeah, I didn't know it was gonna happen the very next play.
Yeah.
The way our defense is, the low man is the rotating man. So now it's a pick and roll on the weak side, and I'm the low man, so now I have to rotate the Hansbrough. Literally, if I could play it in my mind, I thought about it. I said, fuck, should I? I was like, I might not never get a chance like this again. This is too perfect. And I had to take it. I had to take it. And I mean, at the end of the day, I got suspended. I got fined. We won. And that's another thing. That's part of sacrificing for your brother, man. At the end of the day, man, I understand who D-Wade is. I'll take that fine.
Yeah.
I'll take that fine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's the type of motherfucker, when he get mad, he play better. He get bloody, he lick his blood like Bruce Lee, motherfucker get 50. I get mad, hell gonna break loose. I can't play. They might have to stop the game and shut the arena down. So I already knew, let me take care of this, D-Wade. You need to be in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. That is sacrifice. And obviously, UD and D-Wade came in together, and that's a brotherhood that I got to see in D-Wade's last year. It's special.
Giannis played 11 minutes that game and had a double-double with 5 assists. So it's incredible. When you look at the stat sheet, I think he had 4 points that game. I played for 35 minutes, and I got him ejected, and he had 13, 12, and 5 in 9 minutes, which is absurd to think about. So, yeah, he flat out headbutted me. I mean,
we skipped some
got
steps.
right to the chase.
That's all what happens, dude. That's all what happens.
He's coming downhill after a little bit of a chippy game. You take a charge with some flair. There's some sauce on the charge.
Some European flair.
Yeah, that shit hurts too. I'm not gonna lie. You can't do that. I always think okay, I have maybe 50 charges left in my life because that shit really hurts.
So
Especially if Giannis runs into you.
If everyone has a certain amount, you're getting there very quickly.
No, I'm there soon.
No, so then a timeout's called.
Hold on. So it starts earlier, and I think this is where Giannis gets pissed, is the fact that there's a box out before that play, and Giannis has very long legs, and I I don't blindside him on purpose, but like I box him out hands high on the weak side, like push him underneath the basket. That being said, Giannis doesn't have to box out anybody because he grabs like 30 rebounds a game just by being there. It's like incredible to watch. So I'm over there just like trying to push him.
You're
underneath.
doing your job.
Yeah, I'm doing my job, trying to get, and I hit him a little. I think unlucky and not on purpose. That being said, it's hard for people to believe that, but it's just what it is.
I believe that.
And he falls awkwardly. And obviously, when the MVP falls, like people get like, "Oh shit!" And then I'm like, it's a mix between like, okay, he just fell because I boxed him out, and also like being surprised. Why the fuck did he just fall that easily? And I look back and I'm like, look at him. I don't say anything. I look at him, and I think he took it as, yeah, sit down, like type shit, and got up. Budenholzer is calling a play. And I'm watching Giannis the entire time. Budenholzer is calling a play, and Giannis said, fuck that, give me the ball. Give me the ball. Takes the ball and just dribbles downhill, like with his look on his eyes, like he's trying to fucking kill me. And I literally just fell and hope that the ref would call a foul. And the ref called the foul on my side. I'm not sure if it was a charge or not.
It was questionable.
It was. I mean, you were like kind of sliding.
Yeah, who cares at that point?
It was a great play.
Who cares at that point? So I walk back, and on the video clip, you can tell, like, I look at their bench. I look at DJ Wilson. I'm like, oh, this motherfucker about to get serious. But I'm trying to focus. I knew he was pissed, man. I don't want to be the first guy to do something.
Right.
So they call a timeout. I've walked already to their side, because I'm trying to get out of there because Giannis already wanted to say something. I walk out, and then somebody calls a timeout, and we cross paths again. And I could tell he was like trying to talk or do anything. He was going for anything. And we literally cross paths, and I look away, and I would have never expected him to headbutt me. Like, I was ready to like be pushed, do the like hold me back thing, and like maybe get him a technical. You know, I was like, it's kind of cool, like to get the MVP a technical.
Yeah.
You know,
Provocative.
Like in my position, it's like, yeah, Dad, look at that. That's me. Like, cool. But like, I would have never expected him to headbutt me. That shit hurt too. I was like, bro, what the hell just happened? And I was like, damn. I know he's out now, so I'll just walk back to the bench and like laugh my ass off. But it was like not funny. It was just weird. It's just a weird situation.
I mean, that was very much like a viral social media moment of like,
Yeah,
Giannis.
you don't see headbutts in NBA games very often.
So funny story about that. I went to Greece that summer on my vacation with some friends. I went to a small village, and they obviously somewhere at some island in Greece, and they asked me about like if I play basketball and if I know Giannis. And then we pulled up the clip and showed it to them, and they gave us like food for free and stuff. Super excited.
I thought they were gonna like kick you out of the restaurant.
No, I thought it was hilarious. But I guess Giannis never been to Palos, I guess. I don't know. I was scared they wouldn't let me in the country. I guess it wasn't that famous.
For me, that was fantastic because like I've seen that Mo in so many like closed door settings, and then to have it go viral right like that, and to like do it on that stage and have everybody be like, I mean, first of all, there's like a lot of misguided information around, or like people jumping to conclusions around like, oh, you're dirty, this, that, or whatever. But like for me, it was just like, oh, that's just Mo.
Well,
like,
yeah,
of course Giannis would headbutt Mo because it's
so
Mo.
the difficult part for me is because I'm obviously embracing that role too, and I like it and I enjoy it. But now the consequence out of that situation is I have beef with Giannis, which is not true. Like I love watching that dude play. Like I was happy for him. Like that's a narrative that I don't like, and that's whether that's Giannis or if I get a technical with you or let it be Draymond Green. I don't care. Like I don't care about, like, that's just not what I'm trying to do whatsoever in that moment. So that's the only thing I'm a little scared of, that people are just not gonna like me anymore.
Well, I mean, this is a great place to squash that beef.
Yeah. I think you're coming across pretty likable.
So, speaking of your defense, can we get back to the Shaq foul story? Because you left like a hidden gem there and then sort of breezed by.
The Shaq gets an offense. I tell you, this is like I felt like I'll tell you the story. So Shaq gets an offensive rebound, and the coaches say, you're either 50% shooter, you got to foul him. and don't let him get an and one. So he gets an offensive rebound, and I'm behind him, right? And he comes down and he goes up, and I'm like, I got a foul shot. And I come down, 2 hands as hard as I can, like almost like a horse collar, but I'm just gonna like I'm gonna just destroy this man, right? Like this is not gonna be good. And I'm afraid as I'm doing it, like, damn, this is Shaq. I can't believe I'm doing this to Shaq. And I went down, I went to grab him, and instead of my hand, like, see how my hand can wrap around my shoulder? It was like I hit like cement. I just went boom. He went up and he dunked it. So as soon as he went up and dunked it, I'm thinking, oh my God, he's gonna kick my ass. Like this is like the worst position I could be in. And I almost would rather him have kicked my ass for the fact that he didn't even recognize that I was there. Was way worse for my ego. Like I was thinking to myself, like, oh shit, I'm gonna get my ass kicked by Shaq in front of everybody. And he just walked to the free throw line. Like I felt so insignificant. I almost quit the NBA at that point. I was just like, you know what? I'm probably not an NBA player. If I gave this guy everything I had and he went up and dunked it, like I wasn't even there. So that was like the only time I was actually afraid of another human being because, you know, he's massive. But that made me feel so insignificant.
My first year, I was on the 2A. I was actually in Heat training camp. So my first training camp, and we're lining up for a free throw to block out. And I'm one of the lower guys, so obviously, you know, I got to block somebody out. And I'm lined up with, I can't remember who it was, but it was a big, maybe like either Hassan or Bam or whatever. And somebody was on the opposite block. I think it was Kelly, and was like, yeah, let's switch. Like, let me block him out. And it was Udonis who was on Kelly's block. So I was like, yeah, let's switch. So then I go to block out Udonis, and Udonis looks at me, excuse my language, fucked up. He's like, and he turns to me and says, he goes, you think this is going to be easier? He goes, young fella, you got it all wrong. He goes, I'm a fucking beast. And of course, I go to try to block him out. Ragdoll just throws me out of the way. Goes and gets the rebound, kicks it out. Somebody makes a 3, and I was just like, "Yeah, I should probably go hit the weight room. Should probably go get a lift in."
That sounds like a pretty obvious, like, let's test the young guy moment.
Yeah, it was funny because it's like, obviously Udonis is smaller in stature than like a Bam or a Hassan, but he's the all-time leading rebounder in Miami Heat history. I mean, he's a savage, particularly when it comes to rebounding. So, you know, here I was, him and I are like almost the same height, but he's a different type of dog.
Grown man strength, I think.
Grown man strength for sure. So that's an interesting one because it's like, that was before I even played a game. That was like, and I'm happy I got it when I did because it quickly reminded me, like, all right, I got to tap into something a little bit different if I'm going to survive here.
In 7 years now, I've learned who this, like, I ain't messing with like James Johnson. Like, no way. You can say whatever you want to say to me. I'm running the other way.
I think, JJ is a great example. He was a teammate of mine in Miami. He just so happens to be like legitimately the greatest human being in terms of like the nicest guy, one of the best vets I've ever had. But exactly that. I think it would probably be considered that he's the most unanimously feared across the NBA.
I hope so. Except the kid from Charlotte Hornets tried to fight him. The twin brothers, one of them tried to fight him.
That was a bad business decision. I think Jimmy's up there as well. It's funny that you and Jimmy. I actually remember a story of, I think it was earlier this year. It might have been last year though. You guys kind of got into a little bit of a tussle, and I remember a conversation between the two of you, and you were actually like, "Let's just not go there." Like I'm trying to keep the money in my pocket. Like I just don't want to do the double tap.
The funny thing about that is, so we got into it for like years after years after years, and I always do this like stupid old man stretching routine at the half court before the game because I don't need to keep running. I need to actually just somehow stay warm. And he walked over to me pre-game and was like, yo, let's just like call it quit. Like, let's just play. Let's not get teed up today. And then that kind of became like you said, like a bit of a running joke where he'll either say it to me or I'll say it to him nearly every time we play each other now. And since then I don't think we've been like double teed up or whatever since. And like having a few conversations with him and not hung out with him, but like in the bubble, obviously you have way more conversations with guys and all that. And I spoke to him a bit there, and he's an avid coffee drinker as well. So we had a bit of a chat about that and stuff. And so, I think that like quote unquote beef is gone, but he's a hell of a player too.
It was my first year here. I think we played Golden State the second night second day of the season. It was our second game. We had lost in Sacramento, I think the night before. And then we played Golden State, and it was like my first time like actually getting like real rotation minutes. Like Thabo Cephalosha was out with an injury, and coach had put me in, and my first shot like was from the corner in front of the bench, and it like someone came out and closed out like super hard, and I shot it, and it like, you know, when like the corner like hits the top side of the backboard, and DeMarcus Cousins got up because he was on the worst. He was like, "Man, hell no. Don't you ever shoot no shit like that again. Ever. Ever." So I'm like, damn, man, like my first time getting in, like coach believed in me. First quarter put me in, like, and I miss. And not only miss, but I hit like the side of the backboard. Then Draymond Green's like, "I got him." So, you know, he can like help in the lane of everything that's going on. So Ricky Rubio drives in there. Draymond Green cuts him off. He swings to me at the top of the key, or like on the wing kind of. And Draymond Green like looks at me and like waves his hand as I'm about to shoot it. And I hit it. And I just remember thinking in my head, like, just do what you've done, like,
yes, sir,
all the time. Just follow through, hold your follow through. And I made it. And I looked back, and DeMarcus Cousins was like, and I ended up hitting like a couple more shots that game, and like we ended up losing on like a late game tip-in. But the thing that like gave me like the confidence to know like, hey, like you belong and like you can do this was like Quinn Snyder. He's one of the best dudes and best coaches around. And he texted me after the game. He's like, "I know we lost, but like I'm so proud of you. Like, man, you know, you belong out there, and like the way you handled yourself, I just threw you in there and you just kept on chugging and kept on going, and you made winning plays, and that's what I love. I'm excited to grow and coach you." And that was like the moment where like this journey is tough enough in the NBA, but the fact that you can have someone there to like be in your corner and they actually make like really big decisions, it was like huge for my confidence. And then from there on out, it was like once you have this swagger and confidence about you, I mean, the sky's the limit.
I wanted to ask you about the mysterious Robin Lopez story.
Yeah, so I've kind of had the privilege of getting to know Robin a little bit just through my friends have been his teammates. So I haven't really gotten to know him personally, although he seems like a really good guy. But I've heard stories about kind of how he is, and really smart. I think both the brothers are really smart dudes. Obviously went to Stanford. Yeah. Have had long, successful NBA careers, the both of them. So we were, I think it was third quarter in Washington. There, Tyler goes to the basket, draws a foul. He kind of, does the head back, kind of leans into the call, definitely maybe manipulates a whistle a little bit. Just good basketball play, smart IQ, but gets the whistle, and Tyler's at the line. Mind you, there's no fans in Washington, like there aren't in many arenas. So it's dead quiet. Some arenas like pump in noise, especially when the away team is shooting. No, dead quiet.
Oh dear.
Robin is sitting on the baseline, crisscross applesauce, mind you, and he's watching. He's not in the game. He's just sitting on the baseline, and he has a very like deep, clear voice. And it's after the first free throw, dead silence. He goes, "This league is full of theatrics and thespians. Several of you are worthy of Oscar-level performances for what you've done tonight. You should all be embarrassed. All of you. Embarrassed." And just the fact to throw thespians into NBA trash talk, I guess, was just fantastic.
That is Stanford level
It
trash
is.
talk.
It is. It's like grade A, just top tier trash talk.
Are you even offended with something like that? It's almost like a
No,
compliment.
I enjoyed it. I truly enjoyed it. I think Jerome Robinson, I was like blocking out for the free throw, and I just kind of laughed, and Jerome laughed with me, and he was like, yeah, that's pretty much par for the course. That happens often.
Not only did I get the foul, but I also apparently deserve an Oscar. This
right,
is, yeah.
exactly. So I just thought that was a fun one that I thought you guys in particular would enjoy.
I enjoyed it. Thank you for sharing.
You're probably sick and tired of hearing people say that they're better than you, which is just a ridiculous statement. And you basically just put an open challenge to everybody. All right, come play me a one-on-one. Is that basically what happened?
So when I got done playing, obviously I mentioned earlier, I love basketball. I do. And when I got done playing in the NBA, go figure this one, I played in like every rec league. I also flew around the country, and I wanted to go into like the hoodest of hoods of pickup games. I'd call people in Dallas. I'd go to Dallas, play pickup, be the only white guy there. Philadelphia, LA, New York, whatever, right? So that was like, I love it. I always wanted to do it. I didn't put it on Instagram or anything like that. I actually just wanted to do it for me. I know I'm crazy. I know it actually didn't happen because it wasn't on the gram. But I just wanted to see what it was like playing at different places. And so I went around the country, whatever. And I was playing.
Wait. We might need a couple stories from those days before we get into the scallage. Just give me one gem. There's got to be a handful, but give me one.
I mean, my worst game I played was at Villanova, and Evan Turner, like, he just laid into me one game. I'm like, dude, my bad. All right, I got to pick it up. I get it. I don't know. I was fatigued. Maybe I drank the night before, whatever it was, right? But no, in general, like this, who you see right now is who I am. Like, I walk onto a court and I don't walk in like, oh no, what's going to happen? And I would say, to be honest with you guys, going back, like in the psychoanalysis, I never as a kid felt comfortable ever in any environment except for when I'm playing sports. Like in school, I'm like, what am I doing here? Like talking to people and like doing small talk. Like, what am I doing with my life? I go and play sports. It's like, oh my God, this is like the greatest thing ever, right? Yeah. So that environment is still the exact same for me. I'm never afraid. I gotta say, I was afraid one time. I fouled Shaq so stinking hard, I thought he was gonna kill me. But besides the time I fouled Shaq, and which is a funny story. Besides that time, I've never actually been afraid of anything. I just feel like that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to play sports. This is what I feel natural out there. I love it. I love the communication. I love the trash talking. I indirectly trash talk through people, and they had no idea that I'm trash talking them. It's so great, right? So besides that, so when I go into these environments, like, people know who I am. I go up, I dap it up, and I go out there and I go and I hoop, and I don't really care what people think or say or anything like that. It's just how I'm wired. So that was fun to do. But going back to the scallenge, I played in this YMCA rec league. I dropped 60 in a game. And it was like, I wasn't trying to brag or anything like that. I was just like, yeah, I had a good game. I had 60 the other night in my rec league. People got immediately started tweeting, oh, you suck, Scal. I'll beat you. And I'm like, listen, I may suck for an NBA player. Like, those guys are pretty good. But I don't suck compared to you. Like, you suck compared to me. I suck compared to Derrick Rose and Russell Westbrook and those guys. So let's just do it. So we invite the city of basically all New England can send in their videos. I just, went one-on-one against 5 different guys, and they scored about what they don't recognize, like, and what you and me do recognize. When you're in the NBA, there's all kinds of tells, right? Like, if a guy puts his hand like that, you know what he's going to do. If a guy does a hesitation, you know what he's going to do. Well, all that stuff is like in real time in the NBA. You got to be so on top of the reads. It's not speed. You can't look at me and say like my brain is slow. Like, my brain is fast. Like, my body might be slow, but I have to read whether a guy's going to shoot, drive, go to the middle, pass. If you're not reading those things, you're not playing in the NBA. And there's countless guys, 6'10", athletic, strong, and they don't read like the intricacies of the game. They don't see a hesitation dribble. They make they don't move until the ball is passed. Duncan, I'm moving when the ball is on the gather. If I'm not, I'm dead. I'm dead in the water. So like that me having to analyze the game like that allows me to play a guy one-on-one. It's like I can literally, like in the middle of his inside out move, think what I'm eating for dinner and still challenge his shot. You know, it's not like I'm doing this against this high level, these people. So anyways, I do that. I watch him. Most guys who scored on me, they scored the first or second possession. And then once I figured them out, you're like, I've seen this 1,000 times. You like to drive left, go right. You like to step back right and all that. Like, I know that like within 3 possessions. These are players I've never played before. And then the sheer size of being 6'9", 250, it's tough for people. So that's how it all played out. And it wasn't really that challenging.
You guys have the brotherly relationship. It's amazing. This is a perfect segue to Duncan's only technical as a professional basketball player, which is largely because of you.
Amazing.
And by largely, I mean entirely.
Yeah,
Entirely.
Yeah.
Can we get a breakdown of that moment?
Well, I asked Duncan about it. He got all pissed at me.
I would like to tell it from my perspective.
Well, before Duncan tells the story, Duncan killed us that game. Duncan had 7 threes. I remember John Wall was like, dude, this guy can really fucking shoot. I'm like, yeah, buddy. Like, I no shit. Like, I've been seeing this shit for like 8 years, feels like. So this is not a surprise.
Yeah, we were in DC. Actually, fun little fact about this story is that both of our parents were at this game. Wow. I think your mom was there. My mom was there.
My grandparents were there because my brother played at Maryland that
That's
day.
right.
And
That's
I drove with your mom. You guys obviously had shoot around. And
Miami Heat,
Miami Heat culture
you know?
had shoot around, and we didn't. We had shoot arounds before the game, so I was able to go to the game to see my brother at Maryland, and Duncan's mom came with us because our families are friends too. And then I remember taking an Uber back with Duncan's mom, and we took a nap in the car from Maryland to the gym, and then we played Duncan. It's kind of like funny, but and they obviously you guys whooped our ass. So
Duncan was actually a close game.
Yeah,
but it came down to the wire. This was it was either third or fourth quarter, and I had hit a couple. I can't remember who was guarding me, but
you're also on a little bit of a hot streak at that point. Like it was that stretch where you had a couple games in a row with 7 or 8 threes. So he's feeling himself. I might have hit.
And I remember saying something like in the shoot around, like, dude, like, please don't let this guy get off. Like, I hate when my friends play well against me.
That's the worst.
I'm obviously happy for him, but dude, come on. Like, I've seen this guy kill all the time. I remember a situation in summer league my rookie year. It's like, dude. Like, don't let him score. Like, please, just fuck him up. It was something like that, too. And then the guy comes out and hits 8 threes on us.
It was not 8, but I appreciate
7. That was 7. You hit 20. You had 23 points. I remember that shit.
Anyways, we're in Washington, D.C., third or fourth quarter. And I had hit a couple. Whoever was guarding me decided to get a little physical.
Who was guarding you?
I honestly don't remember.
Who was guarding him?
I don't remember, but I also
maybe Troy Brown. I don't know.
But Duncan acts obviously, we got physical. Yeah, somebody got physical.
Anyways, I did kind of my classic,
I was gonna say,
push off to create space, which I usually don't get called for. There was a little bit of a embellishment on the reaction of the defense, kind of throws that back. I get called for an offensive foul.
Don't flop in the NBA.
Yeah, we won't talk about that. I get called for an offensive foul. Obviously, I adamantly disagree. And I'm starting to walk back, and of course, Mo, that's Mo's favorite thing in the world, right? To see me have a turnover, cost my team a possession. So he kind of claps. He does the claps in my face, and then bumps me.
No, hold on. That's not. I told him it's about damn time that he gets that call because Duncan does this every time, as he should.
But you bumped me.
I did not bump you, buddy. I walked up to you.
We're going to pull up the clip.
Yeah, we can pull up the clip. It's all good.
He initiates the contact.
I did not. That's why I got the technical because
I've never
pushed me.
I've never gotten a technical. First of all, it was a double technical, first of all.
Yeah,
which I did not deserve.
I had never gotten a technical before.
We should play my what's it called? The audio message I sent to the MBPA after the game where I argue that technical.
Did you actually?
We actually
100%. I argued that call.
We both got money back for the technical. So for
at the same,
for people who maybe don't know this, if you get a technical in the NBA, it's a $2,500 fine, and you can appeal any technical. So in that one, my appeal was
it was my friend and we were just kind of messing around. Now, in the moment, I was absolutely pissed off and probably deservedly got a technical. But he bumped me in that moment. It wasn't like we were playing an NBA game. It was like Mo in like open gym or something, just like was being an asshole, and I just like shoved you because you're being an asshole.
And I will say it was also a little too easy. I'm not gonna lie. Just like knowing you, like it was just too easy. Like just I knew if somebody else would have done it, you wouldn't have pushed that guy. You would have just walked back.
Because it was you.
Yeah, 100%.
It was entirely strategic on you.
Smart, honestly,
quality
smart.
gamesmanship.
Yes, and the reason I didn't get the whole technical back is because I was being provocative. That's like the reason I get as an instigator.
Provocative.
You are provocative.
As an
on the
instigator,
court,
I guess you deserve a technical foul. But it made me proud a little bit that I didn't know it was your first one, but
My first ever. Actually, I got one in summer league.
that does not count.
Does it allow you to hear more easily trash talk from not just opposing players, but fans?
So in that setting, yes, there was a really funny interaction. In Tampa Bay, I feel bad for the Raptors because those aren't actually their real fans. They're people from Florida, Tampa Bay area. So when we went to play there were probably more Heat fans than there were Raptor fans. And there was a foul or something, and one of our guys is on the line, and I'm outside the 3-point line with Fred VanVleet, and there's a fan in the crowd who's complaining about the call. And at some point he calls out Fred. I don't remember exactly in what capacity. And Fred just turns around and yells, and the entire place hears him, "Shut up and put on your mask." And it was just it was like dead silent. And everybody was just like, that was awesome. But it was just like a perfect example of just how weird this year has been in that everybody could hear it. It was so clear in what was happening, and it just like summed up at least what that preseason been like in a nutshell.
Yeah. We've told a story on this podcast about Duncan's welcome to the NBA moment.
Did you see that?
There's the one where he tried to block me out.
Yes.
Yeah, what the fuck was he thinking?
I think
I told him that. I was like, Dunk, this ain't what you want. I know I'm old.
Yeah.
And I'm like the last guy on the board, but you're going to get fucked up down here. I think I remember saying that. I was like, I get it. Like, it's like two people in front of me, but you probably want to go with them first. Don't come to me. You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel any sympathy when you're just ragdolling the new guy?
Hell no.
Yeah, no.
Hell no. I'm preparing for my 2 minutes I might get the next game.
Yeah.
Shit, they got to be exciting 2 minutes like the last game I got. They got to be exciting fucking 2 minutes.
We got to talk about those 2 minutes.
I got to get ready. So, yes, if Duncan coming down, I'm going to knock his ass down. I'm going to go get the rebound.
And that's exactly what it was, because I think it was Hassan on one side.
And he came to me. I'm like, Dunk, you probably want to go over there.
In hindsight, I would have stayed over there for sure. Because at least like Hassan, if I like get into his legs early or whatever, he might just kind of check out.
Yeah, he was on a mission.
And as soon as he saw that I chose him over Hassan, oh man, it was over.
You might as well have been Tyler Hansbrough.
He literally said, "You got me fucked up. You're looking at the wrong one right
Yeah, you
here."
done fucked around and fucked up today.
So you referenced the 2 minutes that you got. I was at that game in Miami.
Oh, okay.
The place just absolutely exploded when you just got up to check in.
Yeah.
Like that's not even getting to.
I mean, I got to credit Spo. It's crazy because he threw me in early. You know what I'm saying? He threw me in early.
Well, into the first quarter.
I didn't suspect that. You know what I'm saying? He kind of went with me early. You know what I'm saying? I mean, me and Spo been through a lot, man. So our relationship is like we can't be broken. We done been through the bottom. We done been mad at each other. We done been on the same team. We done evolved to now. Like we just got a great relationship. It's symbiotic. We don't have to say it. We can just feel it. I can look at him. He can look at me. But he looked at me and shit, I was ready.
Did you go in there knowing I'm gonna make this presence felt?
Nah, I play. I'm in practice every day with these guys. I get my shots up. You know, I play one-on-one with Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? So it's not, when I go in the game, it's not like I haven't played in a while. I know people don't see me actually out there on the court. I fucking shoot a basketball and play pretty much every fucking day. Right. You know what I'm saying? So when I get out there, you know what I'm saying? As long as my body is in you know in the right position and everything is good, I can take care of business. The corner jumper, I shoot that shit with my eyes closed. I ain't gonna never be able to miss that. Yeah, I'm not missing that. Yeah, I'm not missing that. You know what I'm saying? And my rebounding, just stay on your toes and keep moving. You know what I'm saying?
We said you were on pace for like 48 points and 20
That was the
rebounds.
one thing about getting ejected. I would have loved to have seen you play that out.
I fucked that
I mean,
up.
I would never
And
take
that's
away
once
that
again,
moment.
I thought about it in my head. Should I let this go? If you see when I fell on the ground, I thought for a second. I said, fuck. And I just couldn't let it go.
Right.
I just couldn't.
I get it.
I thought about it, though. At least I thought about it.
Let me ask you this: if it was somebody else other than the person that it was, would you have been more inclined to let it go?
Hell no. But that has something to do with it. Because he throw motherfuckers down. I watch him throw somebody down every game. Literally just toss motherfuckers to the ground. That's not even a basketball play. You know what I'm saying? It's not even just throwing motherfuckers down. That's not even basketball. I'm not even finna throw me down. I'll poke your fucking eye out.
That was one of the most legendary moments. It was my favorite moment in American Airlines.
Bo just looked at me and shook
By
his
far.
head. I'm like, fuck, bro. I know, man. Just fucking put me out here 2 minutes, man. I don't know.
We got back in the locker room. I don't know if it was halftime or end of game, but you had already changed and you were just waiting for us, happy that we won. And,
Yeah, man.
and you were just like,
Because if you
man, I'm
guys would've-
sorry, guys.
Yeah,
I'm
if y'all would
sorry.
have lost, I've been fucking pissed, bro. Like, what the fuck, man? But at the end of the day, like, I know who I am. And that's why I always tell you guys, man, don't take no shit from nobody. Stand up for your fucking self on that court.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't even let a motherfucker get in the habit of fucking you over and pushing you down and knocking you down and just doing a little underhanded shit. Don't even let a motherfucker get in that habit. Don't even get that shit in your head. It's not going down like that.
Yeah, we've had that conversation.
Don't
bunch.
even let people, because I'm telling you, people remember that. They remember if they was able to punk you or push you or whatever they was able to do. They remember that. So don't even give them that. Don't even let us start that habit. We're going to start this shit today.